Hey, it's Jennifer from Happiness is Homemade 4, and welcome to my channel, and Happy New Year! Okay, today is January 3rd. This is my first video of 2021, and I hope and I wish that y'all have a wonderful new year. So, okay, today we are going to make the Snowman wreath. I did a video back in November, I think, showing you like a few different wreaths we were gonna make. And of course, I got sick as a dog. And I could not do all of them. But the Snowman wreath, snowmen are all winter long. So even though Christmas is over, and yes, I am still surrounded by all my Christmas decor because we love it. This will stay up until almost the end of January. So we are in no rush to take our Christmas decor down. Okay, so the wreath that we're gonna make is using this beautiful sign from Dollar Tree. I absolutely love this sign from Dollar Tree. I just love like the rustic muted colors of this snowman. So, okay, so we're gonna use this right here. The 14-inch wire wreath form from Dollar Tree. And then like I showed you in that first wreath, and if you did not see it, I'm gonna use this burlap from Hobby Lobby. And once again, this week, like I said, today is Monday, January 3rd. This whole week, the mesh is 50% off at Hobby Lobby. So $9.99, I got this for $5. This one was also $9.99. So I got both of these for a total of $10. Okay, so this one is just a plain, just kind of like a burlap. 10 inches, 10 yards. This one right here, I love because it's got like the little white puffy that goes through it to where it kind of reminds me of snow. So I really love this one too. And I mixed both of these together. Okay, so now, if you don't already have the ribbon, you may not be able to find this exact ribbon because Christmas is over, but Hobby Lobby sells ribbon all year round. Back in my departments, it's like kind of like in the wedding section. And that's where like I found all of this burlap. Like there's a whole aisle full of burlap and ribbon. So I'm using this one right here. Like I said, mine is from the Christmas section, but you can use any ribbon that you want. I'm gonna use the buffalo check, which you can find year-round at Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna use this one right here. And then this one with the snowflakes. Love this color. Now, another little thing. You can always order ribbon off Craft Outlet. Craft with a C, C-R-A-F-T, outlet.com. I order all kinds of ribbon. My Mrs. Cloth wreath that I made, I got like my Mrs. Cloth from there. I order a lot of my ribbon from there. Love them, they're very reasonable. And you can also order, you know, any kind of deco mesh or burlap from there too. And then I have just a couple different sizes of the snowflakes from Dollar Tree. And then I also have this color pipe cleaner from Hobby Lobby. I get this big old pack, and I always buy it when it's 50% off. Because this matches this perfectly. But you can use any colors you have. If you have white, black, if you have rainbow, you can use whatever color you want. I just use this because it blends in really well with the wreath. Okay, and then I'm also gonna use a ruler and just a really good sharp pair of scissors. And then I have a hot glue gun, which I'm gonna try not to burn myself, because if you saw my gingerbread wreath, oh, I'm still healing from that burn. Okay, so from start to finish, this wreath is gonna take you a few hours. I mean, it takes me almost 3 hours. Now, granted, that's letting the dog in and out, kids this, but be patient. You know, when you have time, or if you just want to work on a little bit here and there, like I said, don't get frustrated. Just take your time, you know, put on a movie, put on some YouTube, watch my video as you're doing it so you can see what to do. But yeah, but just as you're doing it, just have fun with it. Okay, so making this wreath, I am gonna take my time. I'm gonna show you step by step of everything that you need to do. Now, of course, if you already know how to do a lot of this, just fast forward, you know, get to the parts that you need to see. But for those of you that, you know, are trying to learn, that you wanna see exactly what to do, I got you. So, all right, I'm gonna adjust the camera, turn everything around so you can see exactly what we're doing. I'll kind of talk a little bit as we're going through it to show you things. I may put a little music, just, you know, the same old repetitive parts. I may just put a little music to it. But for the most part, when we're done with this, you are gonna know exactly how to make a big, beautiful wreath for your front door or to give as a gift to someone. So, all right, enough of me talking. Let's get to it. Okay, so to get started, you're gonna put 18 pipe cleaners on here. Each section, and this is what I call a section. See this little crossbar and this crossbar? This to me is considered a section. You have 6 total sections. Each one is gonna have a total of 3 pipe cleaners. So I'm gonna have 3, 3, 3, all the way around, okay? So within this section right here, okay, so you see this first little crossbar. I'm gonna go out here and about an inch away, an inch in between. I'm now gonna tie this. I'm now gonna pull this tight and give it a good tight twist. Okay. See how I did that? So this one pipe cleaner is wrapped around these 2 bars. Okay. So in the same section, I'm just gonna move over to here, and right next to this bar, about an inch away, I'm gonna go in from the back. I'm gonna adjust them to about the same length. I'm gonna pull it tight, and I'm gonna give it a good tight twist. Okay, so I have those 2 right there, wrapped around these 2 outside bars. Okay, now for my third one, I'm gonna wrap it around these two bars. So you've got the inside, and then this very next one. Okay, so I'm just gonna push it. So you got 1, 2. Do that. Bring that up. Okay. I'm gonna give me another good tight twist. Okay, and I'm just gonna make sure that that one is centered. All right, so there you go. In this one section, I have 3 pipe cleaners. So I'm just gonna move over to this one. Once again, I'm just gonna take my pipe cleaner. You can, however you want, you either go straight through or you can come from the back side, whatever is easier for you. Let's see, okay, here's the 2 outside ones. So right there, I'm gonna push that through and then bring that up. Get about an inch away from that crossbar. I'm gonna pull it tight and give it a good tight twist. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing right here. Here's this crossbar, so about an inch away. I'm just gonna push it through from the back, bring it up. Once again, just kind of make an X with it, give it a tight twist. There you go. Okay, so I have those 2 right there. Now, once again, I want 1. See, here's the inside. So you got 1, 2. So these 2 bars right here. This one pipe cleaner is gonna get it wrapped around these 2 bars. Okay. Right, so once again, make a really good tight twist on that. Okay, so now I have 3 in that section. I'm gonna do the same thing. Each one is gonna get a total of 3 pipe cleaners in each one of these sections. Okay, so you can see it. These 2 outer ones. Gonna bring this up, get about an inch away from that crossbar. Once again, just make a tight, really good tight twist. That way your pipe cleaner is not gonna slide anywhere. Same thing, this one. All right. Okay, so I have my 2 outer rings. Now I'm gonna do the 2 on the inside. Okay, so make that nice and centered. Make an X and a really good tight twist. All right, once again, it's just the same thing over and over. Okay. Push that through, get about an inch away from that crossbar. You're just gonna make an X and then a really good tight twist. Right. Now, like I said, here's the inner ring and then the second one. So these 2 rings right here. I'm gonna get it centered and then make an X and then a really good tight twist. Right. Okay, I want to do the inner ring. Okay, like I said, this one, these right here are about an inch away from these crossbars. And then the one that you put right here, you just want it to be centered in between your other 2 pipe cleaners. So just to make sure it's centered. Okay, so I've got my last one right here. Once again, the 2 outer rings is where I'm gonna wrap this around. Just go up, make sure I'm about an inch away. Okay, I just make an X and just give it a really good tight twist to hold it in place for me. Okay, same thing, come over here, about an inch away, make an X, and then a really good tight twist. Okay, now the inner ring. Okay, so now that inner ring and then the very next one. Okay, once again, make sure I'm centered in between these other 2 pipe cleaners. Just make an X and a really good tight twist. All right, so your wreath form is ready to go. Now, next step. Okay, so now we are gonna need 9 of the plain burlap and 9 of this one with the white going through. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one. All right, so what I like to do is, I'm on the edge of my countertop. I like to get my mesh, no matter what mesh you're working with, just hold it, and I like it just to roll off the side, just like that. That way I can pull it as I need. So, okay. So what we're gonna do is, I do 24 inches. So what I do is I just take a basic ruler. I start on the edge of my mesh. Okay, so I just hold it right there on the very end, and I just do 1 flip. Okay, so that 1 flip is now 24 inches. So that is just a quick little tip. That way you don't have to keep moving your ruler to measure. So, okay, so now I'm gonna cut it at the end of my ruler. And you can use your finger to kind of hold and mark your place, because sometimes it, it can move a little bit on you. So right here, I'm gonna take my sharp scissors and I'm just gonna cut straight up. Okay, so now this right here is 24 inches. All right, same thing. Like I said, I need 9 of these. So I'm gonna take my ruler. So I have it right here on the very end of my burlap. I'm gonna hold it. Now I'm gonna do 1 flip. So that 1 flip gave me 24 inches. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold my finger right here on the end. So it just kind of gives me an idea of where I need to cut. And then I'm just gonna cut straight up. Now, it's okay if it's not a perfect 24 inches. That's okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull me some more. All right. Once again, this is where it gets repetitive. I'm gonna do the exact same thing until I get 9. So I'm just gonna hold on the very edge. I'll straighten my ruler out and then just give me one good flip for my 24 inch. Okay, so I got that. I'm gonna use my finger to mark where I need to cut and then just cut straight up. All right, just once again, pull it, ruler at the very edge of your mesh, whatever you're working with. Give it one good flip. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna use my finger to be my guide of where to cut. There we go. And you may wonder why I do 24 inches, and everyone who makes the wreath, they do their own thing. We all kind of do different measurements. I do 24 inches because I like a full, thick wreath. That's why I do the 24 inches. Okay. So once again, I've got right on the edge, one good flip for my 24 inches. Okay. Use my finger to mark my spot and then cut straight up. And I cut crooked, I draw crooked, so I'm sure my cuts are not straight, they're probably going at an angle, and that's okay. Because once you start making this, you're not even gonna notice. All right, so once again, on the edge, one good flip for my 24 inch cut. All right, I'm just gonna mark my spot and cut as straight as I can. Again, just right on the edge, one good flip, mark my spot, and then I'm just gonna cut it. Like this, this is very easy. It's just, it's repetitive and it can take, it can take a while. All right, let's see, how many do we have? 7, 8. Okay, I have 8. I just need one more of the plain burlap. So my last one of the plain burlap, right on the edge. One good fold. Okay. Mark it with my thumb. And I'm gonna cut it right there. Okay, so I now have 9 of the plain burlap, and I'm just gonna let go of this. It's just gonna go to the floor. All right, now, exact same thing with this one right here. I'll show you that if you need to see it. Like I said, this is Hobby Lobby. And actually today is January the 4th. I never know what day it is, especially between like Christmas and New Year's. It's like, I don't know what day of the week it is, especially the date. I mean, dates, I'm clueless. But yes, this is 50% off all week long at Hobby Lobby. And they have so many colors to choose from. Okay, so I got this, the exact same thing. I'm gonna hold it and I'm just gonna let this roll off my side. All right, I'll pull that. Take my basic ruler, go to the edge of my ribbon or of my mesh. Okay, I'm gonna give it one good fold for my 24 inch cut. Okay, I'm just gonna take my thumb and kind of mark the end of the ruler where I need to cut. Okay, and I'm just gonna do this until I get 9 of them. Okay, ruler to the very edge, one good flip. Like I said, edge of your mesh, whatever color you're working with. One flip. Gonna mark it with my thumb. I'm gonna cut right there. Okay. Once again, the edge. One good flip. Okay. Right, I'm gonna mark it with my finger. And I'm just gonna cut that as straight as I can. Right, ruler. There's that, okay. I'm gonna mark it with my thumb. And then just cut that. Like I said, if you got this, you just go ahead and skip to the next part. But if not, I gotcha. Okay, the end, one flip, one good flip. That is 24 inches. It looks like we have 6, so we just need 3 more of these, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step. And I love this one. I use this on, like, when I make a magnolia wreath, I'll use this. To me, this isn't just like snow. I mean, I just think this is a beautiful little extra touch when you're making a wreath. Okay. All right, mark my end. Cut. All right, let's see, 1, 2, 7, 8. All right, one more. All right, our last cut. Okay, like I said, on the edge. Make sure it's straight. One good flip. Okay. Mark the end of the ruler with my finger. And then I'm just gonna cut straight. All right, so now I'm gonna let go of that. That's just gonna go to the floor and it's okay. All right, so we got all of these now cut. Okay, next step. We're now gonna take our wreath, kind of set it right here, and pick up any mesh that you wanna start with. I'll go ahead and start with the solid. What I do is, okay, so I'm gonna set that right there just for a minute, that way I can show you exactly what to do. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this, okay. Put something heavy on the end of this so it holds. I'm just gonna use my scissors. I'm just gonna drop that right there, okay. I'm now gonna take my mesh, okay, I'm gonna give it a good row. See that? All I'm doing is holding it right here. I'm just gonna give it a good twist, okay. Now, I'm gonna pinch it right in the center, okay. I have it pinched right in the center. And you kind of see one little row. See that? Like one little row. Okay, so as I have it pinched, what I'm gonna do is, okay, so y'all that make wreaths with me, you know exactly what to do. So I'm gonna have this pinched. I'm gonna do what I call the spider crawl. What it is, I take my fingers and I crawl up it. The whole time I'm doing it, I'm pinching it in the center and I'm letting my fingers walk and pinch the whole time, okay? So I'm pinching it as I go and my fingers are walking and pinching all the way up, okay? So when I get to about right here, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. So when I get kind of close to the end, I'm now gonna take this in and give that a good row, okay? Now I'm gonna take my fingers and continue to walk up to where I have this really pretty, full looking, I just call it a bow tie. See your ends? And one of the reasons I do this is because mesh, burlap, the ends can fray. they're gonna fray. I really don't know if there's anything you can do to completely stop it. So by rolling the end inside, you're putting the edges inside that loop. So if there is gonna be any fraying, it's really gonna be on the inside of that loop, and you're not gonna notice it as much. Okay. So, okay. So as I have this pinched, all I'm gonna do is, you can pick any pipe cleaner to start with. I'm just gonna go ahead and start right here by one of the crossbars. Okay. As I have it pinched right in the center, I'm now gonna open my pipe cleaner just like that. Do not untwist it. All I'm doing is just spreading it apart as it's still twisted on there. Okay. I'm now gonna take this, I'm gonna now lay it in the center of that pipe cleaner, and I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna pull it really tight. Okay. And I'm gonna give that a good tight twist. Okay. So that's gonna hold that for me. Okay, so if we were not doing ribbons, I would give this like 3 or 4 tight twists, but we're gonna add ribbons to these, okay? So I'm just gonna give that one tight twist to hold everything for me. Okay, so I've got that one. Now, once again, just gonna set it right here out of the way. I'm gonna grab for one of these. Okay. I'm gonna take my scissors to hold that end down for me. Okay. I'm gonna take this, just give it one little row. Okay. So I've got that one little row, which made me a nice little tunnel. I'm gonna pinch it right in the center, and you see my little row. Okay. So as it's pinched, once again, I'm gonna let my fingers pinch and walk all the way up. This is what I call the spider crawl. Some people may say crab, but okay, so I got that. Now, this right here, I'm gonna let that a nice, good little row, and then I'm gonna take my fingers and I'll walk up and I'm gonna pinch it. So once again, I have everything pinched to make me like this really nice looking bow tie. Okay, so I have everything pinched right here in the center. I'm gonna go to my very next pipe cleaner, okay? Because you're on the bottom, we have 2. So that's that one, and this is the second one in that same section. Okay, so I'm gonna take that right in the center of that pipe cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna get it nice and tight twist. Okay, so I now have 2 in my section. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue to go all along the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna continue to go all along the bottom, just rotating. Okay, now that I have this one, now I'm gonna do a solid, and then I'll do the fuzzy one. Okay, move that one, give me a solid. Once again, my scissors, just to hold that end down for me. I'm gonna take this and just roll it. Just one little good little row. Okay. I'm gonna pinch it right in the center. Okay. Now once that is pinched, I take my fingers and I pinch, and I'm gonna walk all the way up here. Okay. Now as I get kind of close, I said about 6 inches, 6, 7 inches. Okay. I'm now gonna let this end a good little row. Okay. Now I'm just gonna take my fingers, continue to walk and pinch. Okay, so once again, I've got this full looking bow tie. You see my ends? See like that little perfect little tunnel? Like I said, anything that's gonna fray is gonna be on the inside of that tunnel. Okay, so I've got this one. All I'm gonna do is go to that very next pipe cleaner. See, let me kind of move that out of the way. And I've got that very next pipe cleaner open and ready. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is take this, stick it right down there in the center of my pipe cleaner. And I'm gonna give that a really good, tight twist. Okay. All right, so I got that one. Now, once again, I'm gonna grab for the white one. Okay, lay my scissors down. Give that just a really good, nice little row. Okay, pinch it right in the center. And as it's pinched, I'm gonna let my fingers pinch and walk all the way up. Okay. Now, once again, I'm gonna take this end, give this end a good little roll, and I'm gonna pinch and walk up and bring all that together and just pinch it right there in my fingers. Okay. So I'm just gonna go to the very next pipe cleaner, okay, which is right here. All right, so I'm just gonna open, and I'm just gonna lay this right down in the center of that very next pipe cleaner. Okay. All right, and you can kind of adjust and fluff as you go, or just kind of, or you can wait till the end to fluff, it's up to you. Okay, so I have 2 in that section, and I have 2 in this section. All right, and we're just gonna go on. I'm gonna go to this very next pipe cleaner. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab for a solid. Take my scissors, hold that down. Give this a good little row. Okay, I'm gonna pinch it in the center. I'm gonna let my fingers pinch and walk all the way up. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna stop about right there. See all that I have left? See all that I have left? Okay, I'm now going to roll that. Okay, now I'm gonna pinch and crawl all the way up. And there you go. Once again, my perfect looking little bow tie. Okay, so now while I have that pinched in the center, I'm gonna move this mesh out of my way. I'm gonna go to that very next pipe cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna lay it down right in the center, and I'm gonna give it a really good, tight twist. All right, so I got that one. Now, once again, I'm gonna go for one of my white ones. Okay, scissors to hold that end down. Okay. It already wants to roll on you anyways, so just kind of let that do a little roll. Pinch it in the center. Okay, and pinch, and let your fingers pinch and crawl all the way up. You can do it slow or you can do it fast. Just try to stay centered. So let this in, give that a good little roll, and then I'm gonna pinch right in the center. Okay, so once again, bring this over here, kind of move that burlap out of the way, so I can go to the very next pipe cleaner. All right, so we give that a really, cross that, and make that a really good tight twist. Okay. Now, as you're doing this, sometimes your pipe cleaners want to get in the way. Just kind of, the ones you're not working with, just kind of move it, maybe bend it a little bit, because like they want to poke through. The top ones want to try to get in the way. So just focus on the very next one. Okay, all you're gonna do, just go along the bottom, just go to the very next pipe cleaner. Okay. All right. So once again, I need solid. Give me just that good tight row, or just give me that little row. Okay. I'm gonna pinch it right in the center. And I'm gonna let my fingers walk and pinch all the way up. Okay. Now I'm gonna let this end, give that a little row. Okay. And I'm gonna pinch it. Okay. Now just like that. You know, kind of adjust it if you need to. Okay, so I have this pinched right in the center. All I'm gonna do is kind of move that a little bit and go to that very next pipe cleaner. And all I'm gonna do is sit that down in that pipe cleaner. Okay, and just give that a really good tight twist. Okay. that one. Like I said, you're just gonna keep rotating. Okay, here's my little roll. Pinch it right in the center, and then just pinch and crawl all the way up here. Okay, now I'm gonna take this end, roll that, okay, and then bring it together and pinch it. Okay, kind of adjust it if you need to. Same thing. I'm gonna go to the very next pipe cleaner. Right. Nice, good, tight twist. All right. Go solid. Okay. Give me a little roll. Pinch it in the center, and then just keep on walking and crawling all the way up. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take this end, let that just kind of give a nice little roll on me, and then just pinch all of that together for my bow tie, and there's my ends, make a roll. See that? Okay, so bring this back over here. Now once again, I gotta move that one out of my way so I can get to that very next pipe cleaner. And I'm just gonna stick my bundle right down in the center of it and a really good tight twist. And you can just kind of fluff it as you go. All right, so you see that? See, I put that one there. So now I've got this very next one right here, just waiting for me, okay? All right, little row, pinch it in the center, and just pinch and crawl all the way up here. Okay, I'm gonna take this end, and I'm also gonna let this one roll. Okay, I'm gonna take my fingers and just continue to pinch all the way up. Okay, so like I said, I'm just gonna go to that very next pipe cleaner. Okay, I'm just gonna move that one out of my way because I don't need that one. Okay, so I'm gonna take my bundle right in the center where it's pinched, put it down inside that pipe cleaner. Okay, and then just make this, and give this one a really good tight twist. Okay. All right, so we are coming to our last two on the bottom row, okay? So I just have two more on this one section for the bottom, and then we're gonna move to the top row. Okay. All right, so I need a solid. All right, once again, get your little row, pinch it in the center, and then just roll it all the way up. Up a little bit more. Okay, take that, give that a good little roll, and then I'm gonna pinch it all together for my little bow tie. Okay, so once again, go to the very next bottom pipe cleaner, stick it right down in there. Just gonna make an X, and a really good tight twist. All right, so we are coming to our very last one for the bottom, right there. All right, so we need the white again. Okay, all right, so once again, just a little row. Okay, so just a little row. And my furnace just kicked on, so hopefully you won't have like too much background noise. All right, so pinch it right here in the center. Let my fingers walk all the way up. Okay, so I'm just gonna pinch and walk up. All right, just keep and try to stay everything into the center. All right, so now while that's there, I'm now gonna take my end, give that a nice roll. Then I'm gonna take pinch all the way and pinch it together. Okay, so my very last one for the bottom row, obviously just stick it right here, stick it right down in the center of my pipe cleaner. Okay, make an X and give it a really good tight twist. Okay, so the bottom is completely filled in now. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing to the top, okay? So now what you can do is, so all these pipe cleaners don't kind of mess you up, you can just kind of, the bottom row, just kind of push them down. You know, just kind of close them for you for now. That way nothing distracts you. You don't have to do this, but all these pipe cleaners sticking up can get confusing sometimes when you first start. All right, so you now have 6 that you have to do for the top row. All right, we're just gonna do the exact same thing. All right, pick any one you wanna start with. I'll just grab this one. Lay my scissors down to hold it for me. Make my little row. Okay. Everything is the exact same. We're just gonna do the top. Okay. So as I have it pinched right in the center, just work it all the way up. Just pinch and walk. Do that little spider crawl. All right, so I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna give my end a good row. Like I said, it makes you a little tunnel. See that little tunnel? Okay. And I'm gonna pinch all of that together. Okay. So once again, I have my pretty bow tie. Okay, see how pretty that is? All right, you can pick any one. It does not matter where you start, it's okay. So this one right here is already open. All I'm gonna do, take this, as I have it pinched right in the center, right down in the middle of that pipe cleaner, okay? Once again, I'm just gonna make me a tight little X and give it a good twist. All right, that is so pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna move to the very next one with a solid. So I got my solid right here. Use my scissors just to hold that down for me. Okay. It's gonna give me a nice little row. I'm gonna pinch it and then walk all the way up the center. Okay. Just keep going at the center. All right, I'm gonna stop about right there. And I'm gonna let this end row. Okay, and I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna pinch it. Okay, so I've got that. Like I said, I'm gonna go to the very next one. Don't skip around, just go to the very next one. Okay. So I've got my white. Now I'm gonna go to this very next one with my solid. Tight twist. And then you can just kind of fluff that out. Okay. So there's that one. Now I'm gonna go to this very next one with the white. So take that, use my scissors to hold that end down for me. Give me a little row. I'm gonna pinch it right in the center and then just walk. Pinch and walk all the way up the center. Okay, I'm gonna take this end, give that a row, and I'm gonna push all that together. There we go, that's so pretty. Okay. Like I said, go to the very next one. All right, so I had that one right here. I'm gonna go to this one. Okay. So I'm gonna stick this right down in the center. Once again, give it a really good, tight twist. Okay, I'm gonna fluff it. Okay. So now I'm gonna go to the very next one with the solid. All right, scissors, hold that down. Give that a little roll. Pinch it. Walk it all the way up, trying to stay in the center of your bundle. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take my end and give it a little row to make my little tunnel, that little tube. Okay, and then I'm gonna pinch all of that together. Like I said. Okay, so I did that one. Now I'm gonna go to this one, the very next one. So I'm gonna stick that right down in the center. Once again, tight twist. All right, we are almost done. We just have 2 more to do. All right, so that was a solid. Now I'm gonna go with my last of the white one. Okay, once again, gives you a little roll for your little tube, your little tunnel. Pinch it, and then just stay in the center and walk and pinch all the way up. Okay, so I got to my scissors. I'm gonna take my end, give it a little good roll, and I'm gonna push that up, and then I got my bow tie again. All right, so there was my solid. So the very next one is going to be my white. Okay, I'm gonna stick that right down in the center of that pipe cleaner. Give that a good tight twist. And like I said, you just kind of fluff it as you go. All right, our very last one right here, our last pipe cleaner is going to be the solid. Okay, once again, my scissors. All right, get you a row, make you a little row. Okay, pinch it right in the center. And like I said, just use your fingers, pinch and crawl all the way up to your scissors. Okay. So I got my end, and once again, I want to give that a nice good row. That way it makes that little tunnel for me. Okay. And I'm gonna pinch it all together. All right, so this is my last one. All right, bring this back over here. Find my empty pipe cleaner right here. Okay, I'm gonna take this, stick it right down in the center of that pipe cleaner. All right, once again, really good tight twist. All right, that is it for putting this together. Woohoo! All right, and then you just fluff it as you go. Make sure you don't see any of the wire wreath frame, which this is so thick. That's why I do 24 inches, because it makes it nice and thick. So, all right, so look how beautiful that already is. All right, love that. Okay, we're done with this part. All right, we're gonna move this over to the side. Okay, so next step is the ribbon. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut 9 of each one of these. So each ribbon, and we have 4 different ribbons here. Okay, I have 4 different ribbons. Okay, so I'm gonna cut each one of these 12 inches, and I need 9 of each of them. So, all right, I'm gonna take this one. Once again, I'm just gonna take my ruler, kind of clean up the end if you need to. All right, so you start with a fresh, clean cut. Okay, so now I need 9 of this one at 12 inches. So all I'm gonna do is lay this down, take my ruler, go to the very edge, okay. And then I'm just gonna cut the end of that ruler. And it's a little bit more than 12 inches, and that's quite okay. All right, so I got 1. Like I said, I need 9 of these. So once again, I'm just gonna lay my pipe cleaner. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ruler, I'm gonna place it at the edge of my ribbon, hold this up, and I'm just gonna cut right here at the end of the ruler. Okay. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep doing the exact same thing until I get 9 of this. Okay, so that. There. Now, if you wanted to like save some time, you could like double up ribbon. Like you could put 2 of these together and cut like 2 at the same time. It kind of depends on how sharp your scissors are. So I'm just gonna take my time with you. That way you can do, see exactly what to do. Okay. And the reason I say sharp scissors is because these I can do it one cut. Or if you have dull scissors, it's almost like you're sawing. Because believe me, I've got some cheap scissors from Dollar Tree that they just end up like destroying the end of my ribbon. So I just take these, just lay it at the end, and just one cut. Right. Right. So lay that down. The very end of this, just give it a cut. And lay that down. Very end, give it a cut. Okay, so lay that down. Very end of it, give it a cut. Okay, that's 8. I just need one more of this one for 9. Okay, lay that down. Come to the end, give that a cut. All right, so I now have 9 of my snowflakes, okay? All I'm gonna do is just lay these to the side. Okay, so I am now done with this one right here. Move that over. Okay, now just randomly, just pick another one. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this one. Same thing. All I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna clean up my end, give me a fresh start. I'm gonna lay that down on the edge of my ribbon. And I'm gonna cut at the end of this ruler for 12 inches. Okay, and just set that to the side. Same thing, lay that at the edge, and just give me a cut. Add that. All right, so I now have 9 of this one. Once again, I'm just gonna lay this to the side. All right, so done with this one. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one right here. Once again, I need 9 of these. Okay, see how jagged and rough that end is? So I'm just going to trim that up. Okay. All right, so once again, you can either lay that down, put your ruler at the very end, and then give you a cut for your 12 inches, okay? Or you could take your ruler, you could do a flip, you could do, depending on how sharp your scissors are, you could do a couple flips. Okay, see that? I could flip it again if I wanted, because my scissors are pretty sharp, okay? I'm gonna flip that again. Okay, and as I'm going, I'm pinching that so I know where my crease is, so I know where the end of that ruler is. Okay, and I'm gonna pinch this one too. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead, now I'm gonna cut the end of that. Okay. So you see I've got my ends pinched around this ruler, so now I can just pull that ruler out of there, stick my scissors in there, and where I have it folded, where that crease was, just cut that, come down here, do the exact same thing, and now that just gave me, how many I just cut? 5. So, like I said, there's several shortcuts that you can do, or like I said, you just take your time and just measure out each one. Okay, so I have 5 here, then I had that one 6, so I just need 3 more. Okay, so once again, just the easy, take your time, just starting out, go to the end, and just give you a cut. You know, this is not a race. I just want to make sure, you know, that you know exactly what to do. All right. And 2, like I said, it depends on how sharp your scissors are. All right, so last one of this ribbon, that should be 9. Just cut that. Okay, so now I have 9 of this one. Once again, just set that to the side till I'm ready for it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take this buffalo check, roll it out some for me. Now, it's going to give me a nice fresh cut. Okay, so once again, go to the very edge, the end of my ruler, just give me a nice clean cut. From the very end of that, come down here, the end of my ruler, clean cut. And clean cut. Okay. So just keep doing this until you get a total of 9 of these. All right, so we're now done with this one. All right, so now that I have all these cut, now I want to dovetail all of my ends. Like I said, making a wreath is very time consuming because there's so many steps, but it's totally worth it. So, all right, here's how you dovetail. Just fold, just take your ribbon and just fold the edges together, okay? So now, this is the open part, this is your folded, this is your crease, the seam. What you do is, because sometimes I know it can be confusing and you end up cutting like a point versus the dovetail. All I do is, okay, here's the seam. I take my scissors along the seam. I open it up and I put my scissors and I cut downwards towards the opening, okay? So here's my seam. I'm gonna put my scissors and I'm gonna cut down, and that will give you a perfect dovetail, okay? So I'm gonna fold this one over. Same thing. I'm just gonna put my scissors along the seam and I'm gonna cut down towards the opening. And there is my dovetail. Okay, do that. Okay, now I'm gonna do this to every single one of these. All right, so once again, put your scissors along the crease, cut down. You're going to cut down at an angle, okay? Once again, there is your perfect dovetail. All right, once again, fold it. Scissors along the seam, along the crease, whatever you call this, and then just cut down. All right, and we have the perfect dovetails, the perfect ends. Okay, all right. Once again, fold it, cut down. Okay. Fold it over. Put your edges together. Now here's your opening, put your little edges together, and then just cut down. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing to all of this red one real quick. Okay, so now I have all of these dovetailed, okay? So I'm gonna move on to this bundle. Once again, exact same thing. Just take it, fold it over, okay? You see I have my ends together. I'm gonna take my scissors along the seam. I'm gonna put it and I'm gonna cut down at an angle, okay? So I have my scissors pointing downwards and then I'm going to cut. See? Okay, once again, fold your 2 edges together, okay? Then I take my scissors and I'm gonna cut downwards towards that seam. And there is my dovetail. All right. Once again, fold it over along the seam, along the crease. Take your scissors and cut downwards. Okay, and it gives you that. Fold that over. Take your scissors along the edge and cut downwards. All right, so once again, I'm gonna do the exact same thing to all of these. Okay, so now I have all of these dovetailed. All right, so once again, I'm gonna stick this bundle to the side. All right, now this one, because these are smaller, I'm gonna show you something. What you can do is, you can take 2 if you want. Line them up together perfectly, okay? Fold them over, just like you would normally do. Okay. And now, once again, you put your scissors along the seam and you're gonna cut down at an angle, okay? So I just did 2 right there and dovetailed them, all right? So once again, I'm gonna take this side, I'm gonna line everything up as perfect as I can. I'm now gonna fold that over, okay? once again, take my scissors, okay, along my crease. I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut downwards towards the opening. All right, and see, I just did 2. Right there, that quick. I just knocked out 2 of them. All right, once again, I'm gonna take 2 more. Fold it over. Make sure you kind of line it up perfect. Cut down. Okay, take that one. Line these up. Once again, where your crease is. Okay, you put your scissors along the crease. Angle downwards towards the opening and cut. All right, so once again, I just did 2. That. All right, so I've got all 9 of these dovetailed. All right, same thing. My last bundle right here, I can pick up 2 at a time, put this together, line up my ends and edges, fold that over. Okay. As always, take your scissors along the folded crease. Put your scissors there and you're gonna cut downwards just like that, okay? And there is my perfect dovetail. Okay, same thing. Come up here, line up my ends, fold that over. Okay, everything is lined up. Take my scissors along the crease, cut down. All right. Once again, I just did 2 at the exact same time. You know, you kind of learn little things just to make the process go faster. All right, fold those over. Cut down. Like that. Take these, fold those over, line up your ends and your edges. Okay, I'm gonna put my scissors along the crease and I'm gonna cut downwards. All right, got all those cut. Woohoo! All right, so now all of these ribbons are now cut, or all dovetailed. Okay, now this part is just preference, personal preference, personal preference on how you want to put your ribbons together. I'm gonna take 1 red and 1 of the buffalo check together. Okay, I like this color combination together. So this is gonna be this bundle. And then I'm gonna take 1 of these and 1 of these together. And I always put the thinner one, the skinnier one on top. Okay, so that's gonna be that color combo. Okay, so now you take your wreath again. Okay, and once again, this is gonna be like an every other thing. So pick any. Okay, so you're gonna start at the bottom. I'm gonna start along the bottom. Go to any pipe cleaner at the bottom you wanna start with. Okay, and I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna take the red and the black. Okay, I'm gonna even them up. I'm gonna give it a fold right in the crease. Okay, so I'm gonna take these 2. I'm gonna give it a fold right in the center. Okay, so I got that. And now I'm gonna open it back up and I'm going to give it a pinch. Okay, so now that is pinched right there in the center of both of them. While it is pinched, I'm gonna stick it right down here in this 1 pipe cleaner. Okay, so I'm gonna take that one and now I'm gonna give this 3 good tight twists. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3. All right, so that is on there with 3 good tight twists. Now, your call. You can either go ahead and fluff these apart or you can put it all together, then fluff it. Okay, so what we'll do is, I want you to be able to see this. Okay, yeah, you can see that better. Okay, so that is just in there right now. Now what you do is, you're gonna take it and you're going to basically make an X. Just kind of pull it apart and then take your ends and with your fingers, just kind of curl them down, okay? So red went this way, black went this way. Now I'm gonna do the opposite. Now I'm gonna, my black one to go this way by the red and the red to come here. So basically just pull it apart, okay? You see how pretty that is? It basically makes kind of like an X. So I've got red, black, So pretty. Okay, so that is that one right there. Now, I'm gonna move along to the very next one, and I'm gonna do my other bundle. Okay, so you see that I have that one. Now I'm gonna take these right here, kind of line up my ends, fold it right in the center. Okay, open it back up, and I'm gonna pinch it together right in the center. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm gonna go to that very next pipe cleaner. I'm gonna place this right down in the center of that pipe cleaner. And now I'm gonna give me 3 good tight twists. 1, 2, 3, okay? Now, once again, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna open them up, okay? I'm gonna take the skinny one up and the bigger one down on that one. Okay, now over here, I'm gonna take the skinny down and the wider one up. Then I just kind of take my fingers and just kind of curl my ends down. Because these are wired ribbon. I always, always, always recommend using wired ribbon. You see how pretty that is already? Okay, so that's that one. Now we're just gonna go to the very next pipe cleaner, which is this one over here. I'm gonna take the red and the black, put these two together, fold it right in the center. Okay, give that a little crease for me. Open it back up. Okay, and I'm gonna pinch it right there in the center. All right, I take this, I'm gonna lay it right down in the center of that pipe cleaner, right where I pinched it. Okay, and like I said, give it 3 really good tight twists. Okay, once again, I'm just going to spread this apart. Okay, just kind of making like an X. It's gonna go down. Okay, so my red is coming down, my black is going up. So now I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna pull my black down and my red up. Okay, it just really opens it up and spreads out that color. Okay, so the very next pipe cleaner is right here. I'm gonna take this bundle, okay, fold it up, get it right in the center, a nice little crease. Okay, and I'm gonna pinch it right where that crease is in the center. And I'm gonna stick that right down in the center of that pipe cleaner. Okay, now once again, I'm just gonna spread these apart. Okay, just make it nice and full, just spread it apart. And just kind of curl your ends down. All right, that one, like I said, it's just gonna keep rotating. You're just gonna keep rotating. So once again, I'm gonna fold that over, give me a nice little crease, open it back up. I'm gonna pinch it right there in the center. Okay. Now, I'm gonna stick it right here in my very next pipe cleaner. Okay, right down in the center of that, and give that good 3 good tight twists. Okay, once again, I'm just going to open and spread this out. Of course, Bailey is now going to eat. I love you. All right, so got that one. Like I said, just keep doing the exact same thing. All right, fold it over. Pinch that right in the center. Go to my very next pipe cleaner. Set that right down in the center of it. And once again, 3 really good tight twists. Okay, I'm just gonna open that up. Take my fingers, kind of pinch it, roll it down. Okay. Just kind of adjust as you go. All right, so got that one. Come back to the red and black. dog. She always doesn't care about eating. As soon as I'm doing a video, that's when she wants to eat. But hey, the girl's hungry. She's got to eat. All right, fold that over. Okay, right there. I'm gonna pinch it right in the center. Stick that right down the center of my very next pipe cleaner. Okay, I'm gonna give this 3 really good tight twists. All right, now just remember, you can use any ribbon combination you want. You can mix these up. You could put the red on the top, you know, however you want to do it. All right, so do it like that. Okay, so take this one, put my little thin one on the top, fold that over right in the center. Okay, pinch that right in the center. All right, did you get your belly full? Okay, so go to the very next pipe cleaner, stick that down right in the center of the very next pipe cleaner, and give that 3 really good tight twists. Okay, and once again, all I'm gonna do is just open up my ribbons, kind of like you're making an X. Okay. So take the little skinny one up, the bigger one's gonna go down. Over here, I take the bigger one up, and now the skinny one goes down. All right, so very next pipe cleaner. Okay, so put these together. Fold that, kind of give me my center. Okay, open that up. Pinch it right there in the center where my fold was. And the only reason I fold it is so I can determine where the center is. Like, you don't have to do that step. I just like to put it right in the center. Okay, so I have this pinched. Go to that very next pipe cleaner, place it right down in there. And then once again, 3 really good tight twists. Okay, this is going to secure everything. Okay, nothing is going to move now. All right, is that one? Like I said, just gonna continue along the bottom. Okay, so take these right here, fold it in the center, mark it. Okay, and then I'm gonna pinch it right in the center. Like I said, go to that very next pipe cleaner. Stick it right down in the center of it. And then 3 really good tight twists. So making a wreath is just very repetitive, you know? So it's like, you know, once you make your first couple wreaths and then you realize exactly what to do, you're gonna start making these for every holiday. Okay, so now I need the red and black one right here. Okay, so once again, fold that so it marks my center for me. Open it up, I'm gonna pinch it right there in the center. Okay, take my pipe cleaner, stick it right down in the center, and give me 3 really good tight twists. Okay, and once again, just take these and just fluff it out. Okay, then I take my ends and kind of curl them. Okay, let's do the exact same thing. Like I said, I just try to do the opposite. You know how I've got black up, red up. So now I want a black down and a red down. All right, so it looks like my last one for the bottom. All right. Take these 2 right here. Same thing. Pinch it. All right, so I'm just gonna pinch it all together right there in the center. Okay, I'm gonna put it right down in my pipe cleaner. All right. So put that up, one down. All right, so that is my last one for the bottom row. Okay, now we're gonna go and do the exact same thing at the top. Okay, so now we're gonna do the exact same thing to the top layer. All right. Just get your ribbon to put together, fold it right in the center, give it a little crease, open it back up, and I pinch it all together. Okay, once again, you can start at any pipe cleaner that you want, but once you pick one, then go in order. Okay, so I'll start at this one right here. Okay, I'm on my top row, stick that right down in the center. Okay. Once again, I'm gonna give this 3 tight, good twist. Once again, I'm just going to spread and open these out. Okay. Just spread them apart, kind of making an X. All right. So now that I picked that right there, now I'm going to go in order. Okay. So I got that one. Okay, I'm going to go with the red and black. Same thing. I'm going to pinch it. Go to that very next pipe cleaner. Stick it right down in the center. And do 3 really good tight twists. All right, open it up. Spread it all out. Kind of curl your ends down with your fingers. Okay, open that. Spread it. Okay, you can kind of just adjust them as you go. Right, go back to this one. Fold it over. And I'm gonna pinch it right in the center. Okay. Go to my very next pipe cleaner on the top. Stick it right down in the center. And 3 good tight twists. Okay, my thing right here, see how these two touching? I don't want that. I personally do not want that. So I'm now gonna adjust. I'm just gonna take the skinny one towards the center and pull that down. So now these will be touching. Okay, so now take that and go that way. Yeah, see, I like to mix it up. I don't want the same exact one touching each other. So I'm doing that, just adjust it a little bit. Okay, so once again, take this, fold it over. If you want, you can rotate. You can do black on top, red on top. You know, it's up to you, however you want to make your wreath. Okay, so I got that. Once again, go to the very next pipe cleaner. Lay that right down in the center. And 3 really good tight twists. All right, so once again, I have red right here. So I want to make sure I have my black come down and my red go up. All right, so once again, I will take the black up and the red down. All right. Okay, move on to my next ribbons. Load those over. Pinch it together. Go to the very next pipe cleaner. And then 3 really good tight twists. Okay. Spread those apart. All right, last one. Okay, put these 2 together. Fold that, get your little crease, show where your center is. I'm gonna pinch these 2 together, right in the center. Now, I'm gonna go to the center of my next pipe cleaner, place it right down in there, and give it 3 really good, tight twists. All right, now, let's fluff this out. Oh, see, I got red on red. I don't want that. So let me adjust that. I'll put the black down, red up. So now I need red to go down and black to go up. Okay. Do you see how beautiful and full this wreath is? So pretty. I love this. Okay, next step. Okay, so next I'm gonna kind of move my wreath out of the way just for a minute. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my sign. All right. I do not want this red little ribbon on here, so I'm just gonna cut this off. All right. Now, a couple things you can do, because you have this hole right here, because it's supposed to be a door hanger. You can either adjust it to where your ribbon would kind of lay and cover that, or I've got some rope just kind of laying around the house. You could use twine, you could use anything that you have, anything you can find at Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna stick it through here. Okay. Now I'm going to tie like a knot right up against this. Okay, so I'm gonna tie that really tight, pull that through. Okay, so I kind of like the rustic look that that gives me. Now, you could either leave this as a loop, kind of like a door hanger, or all I'm gonna do is, and you may or may not like this part, but I'm gonna pull that tight. Okay, so now I'm just gonna leave like a little tail. This basically is just for looks. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that. All right, so see how I now have that? It just looks like there's something there versus just a hole being there. So, all right, now that I've got this longer tail on the back, I'm just gonna hot glue this down without burning myself. All right, hot glue gun. Put me a strip of some hot glue right here. Just gonna lay that down. Take my scissors and hold that right there for me. And this is just for looks. There is no purpose to this whatsoever other than just to kind of cover up that hole. So I don't need to worry about like anything being pulled on this that could rip the glue. This is just to hold this for looks. All right, so we now have that hot glue on there. It just kind of adds a little something to that little rustic look, and it covers up that hole. Okay, now to be able to attach this to the wreath, we are gonna have to add pipe cleaners to the back of this sign. Now my sign, I want mine to be kind of cockeyed on there. I don't want it to stand up perfectly straight. I kind of want mine to tilt a little bit. A little trick, just cut me a strip of ribbon, any of the ribbon that you have. This just kind of gives you a little extra security. All right, so I'm gonna take some hot glue. I'm gonna stick it about right here. I'm gonna take my pipe cleaner, get right down in the center of that. And I'm gonna take that strip of ribbon that I just cut and lay it right across there. And that is gonna give you a little extra security for your pipe cleaner. A little extra support for your pipe cleaner. All right, so I'm just gonna hold this on here until this dries. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put a little more just on the edges of that ribbon, and a little on this. And once again, just kind of push it down and let that dry. All right, so I've got that one, the top corner, like by his hat. See, it's like right behind his hat. Okay, so I've got that pipe cleaner up there. This is behind his hat. I'm gonna come straight down to kind of above the end. All right, so once again, I'm gonna put some glue right here. Lay my pipe cleaner down. I'm gonna take this strip of ribbon, kind of lay it right in the center. And this just gives it a little extra support and hold by placing that ribbon on there. So I'm just gonna set that there. I'm gonna hold that down. Okay, I'm just gonna put a little extra hot glue on the ends. Okay, kind of push that down. Once again, a little hot glue right here at the end of this one. Just kind of push that down. All right, just gonna let this sit and dry for a minute. Just apply some pressure to it. Okay, so now that I have these hot glued on here, okay, just kind of take them, straighten them out a little bit for me. Okay, so got them just like that. Now you can decide where you want it to go. All right, so mine is gonna go like right over here. I want mine to kind of be a little cockeyed. All right, so let's see. Something like that. And I kind of want mine to come off the side a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to take my tails, these pipe cleaners. I'm gonna dig through this mesh until I find the wire wreath frame. Okay, so I got that right there. I'm gonna now grab a hold of this. Okay, I'm gonna flip this over so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, see, I just pulled those tails through from the front, okay? Okay, here's the little tails, okay? This is popping through from the front. I'm gonna wrap this around the inner ring, okay? The inner ring. If you can kind of get around a crossbar or something, that's even better, okay? So now I'm just gonna give this one tight little twist, just to hold that in place so I can still adjust it. All right, let's turn this back over. All right, now, I got that one to come in. I want that to kind of go out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna take these pipe cleaners at the top. Once again, I'm just gonna kind of dig through all this right here and try to push it through to the back. All right, let's turn this over. Yep, right there. There's my tails. Okay, so once again, I'm just gonna kind of give this a little twist just to hold it so I can see what this looks like. All right, that looks great. Okay, so you see I have that on there. Okay, so that's like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give these some good tight twists because this is where I want it. So we got that right there. I'm gonna flip this back over. I'm going to adjust all of my ribbons now because all of my ribbons have now been smashed. Okay, so you can kind of adjust them, play with them. Okay, so now that I have the snowman attached, now we're gonna add snowflakes. All right, so I have everything right here. These snowflakes, like I said, are from Dollar Tree. I don't need the little ties on here. So I am gonna cut my little hangers off. Okay. Now, what you wanna do is just kind of think where you wanna place them. Now, I definitely are gonna want some right here on the top. You know, you just kind of like right now, just kind of play with them, see where you want them to go. Now you want some to come like on the edges. You can use as many as you want. Just kind of sit them there, just kind of play with it. I'll also have the smaller ones. Okay, once again, just cutting the little tags off. Let me stick this little one right here on the top. Got this one right here. So I'm going to cut all of these little strings because I don't need any of these. All right, so I'm going to stick maybe this one down here. And what I'm doing, I am placing these in the pipe cleaners, okay? So that's where I kind of keep placing them to see. So that one there. Okay, I'm definitely going to want one right here. Kind of go in between these. So maybe like place that one right there. All right, see, kind of got a little snow action going on. We definitely need one down here in this corner. Okay, let's see. And then maybe a little one up here. Okay, so now that I have these kind of positioned where I want them, what I'm gonna do is, okay, do you see like right there? See that little opening? Now granted, this is a smaller one, but see that little opening? All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of my pipe cleaners and I'm gonna push it through that opening right there, okay? So, taking this, all right, here's a pipe cleaner, the end of it. I am just going to push that through, all right? So I'm just gonna slide that down on there. Now I'm gonna get this to stand up exactly where I want it to go, okay? Now I'm gonna take my pipe cleaner and I'm gonna give it a couple good tight twists right against that snowflake, okay? And now that snowflake is there. That snowflake is not going anywhere, okay? So I will now take my wire cutters and I'm gonna cut right above that last twist, okay? So just cut that off right there. I left this little bitty, like kind of little nub, like a little tail. I'm gonna bend and push that down, okay? And then I will just adjust my ribbon and you won't even notice that, okay? But now that snowflake, I can adjust and that snowflake is on there. I do not have to worry about that snowflake falling off at all. It is on there. Okay, so this one has like a much bigger opening. See that right there? Okay, so now once again, I'm just gonna take one of these pipe cleaners right on the edge. Okay, see the end of the tail? Push that down. See the end of this tail? I am just gonna stick it right through that hole right there, that snowflake. Okay, and now I'm just going to push that snowflake down. Right, so I did that. Now I'm gonna kind of twist my pipe cleaner around, push my snowflake down, and now I'm gonna give this a couple good tight twists right against that snowflake. Okay, now once again, I'm gonna take these pipe cleaners, get that out of the way so you can see. I'm gonna take these pipe cleaners, sheesh. I'm gonna take these wire cutters, I'm gonna cut right above that last twist that I did. Okay, so now that snowflake, I'm gonna take this pipe cleaner, I'm gonna push it down. So now that snowflake, that is there. Once again, I would just kind of adjust my ribbon around it. But see, now that snowflake, look, I'm pulling and tugging. That snowflake is attached. That's not going anywhere. Okay. Like I said, you just want to like decide where you want them to go before you start attaching everything. Okay, let's see, this one, I guess I'll stick over here. Okay, once again, see that opening right there? I'm gonna take the pipe cleaner and I'm just gonna stick it right through to the end. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this, I'm gonna push that all the way down there. I'm gonna take my pipe cleaner and I'm gonna wrap it around that little snowflake opening. Give it some good tight twist. Okay. Cut that off, leave a little bitty tail. I'm gonna pinch it. Okay, once again, that snowflake is now attached. All right. So these are all attached right here. I'm gonna come over to here to this one right here. Okay, once again, see that opening of that snowflake? Okay, see the tail of my pipe cleaner? I'm just going to stick that right through there. See that? Right through there. And I'm just gonna push that snowflake down. Okay, down into my pipe cleaner. Now I'm gonna take these pipe cleaners, I'm gonna twist it around there just a couple good times, just to hold that nice and tight for me. Okay, wire cutter. I'm gonna cut off a little above where my last twist was. Okay, just get rid of those ugly excess tails. And now I'm gonna take this. Do you see that right there? And I'm just gonna push that down into my wreath. Okay, and now that snowflake is beautiful and it is on there. Look. Tugging, it's not going anywhere. Okay, and you can adjust these however you want them. All right, so we come to this one over here. Same thing, just find that little opening of your snowflake. that right there, that little opening. I'm gonna take this pipe cleaner right here. Okay, that pipe cleaner right there. And I'm just gonna stick it down. See that little opening? Okay, push it on there. I'm gonna move this one back here. Now I'm just gonna give this some tight little twist. Okay, then I'm gonna kinda cut above that last little twist that I did. Okay, and it left me a little tail. And I'm just gonna push that tail down into my wreath. All right, once again, that snowflake is on there. Okay, I'm gonna kind of continue, go around. Like I said, once you get them where you want them, just take that little hoe, take your pipe cleaner through it, push it down into your wreath, or down onto the pipe cleaner, kind of adjust everything, and then just give you some tight twist around that snowflake opening. All right, so I think all of our snowflakes are attached. Look. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shake. Nothing is falling off. Everything is attached. All right, now, okay, so if that is all the snowflakes that you want to kind of look, make sure that it is exactly how you like it, that you love it, that you don't feel like you need to add anything else to it. All right, I think it's beautiful. Okay, like I said, this wreath, any wreath, honestly, any wreath is time consuming, but it is so worth it. All right, now take your wire cutters. And now, once again, all these excess tails, you're gonna trim these. Now, it's up to you. You can leave them if you want. I like to trim on mine because I like my wreath to be neat and clean all the way around. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of start at the bottom. I'm gonna grab my tails. Okay, I'm gonna go right here and leave me about 1 inch of a tail. I'm gonna get rid of all this excess tails. Okay, see, I just cut all that excess off. I don't need all of that. So it left me with, see that? Just that little, kind of like a 1 inch tail. I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna kind of push this down into my wreath, okay? All right, and then kind of just adjust your bows, your ribbons as you go. Okay, like I said, just go around, start at the bottom, just kind of spin, look around to see if you have any tails to cut. Once you do, you just kind of cut, leave you about a 1/2 inch or a 1 inch tail, cut off all that excess, and then just push the little tail into your wreath and then adjust your ribbons. Okay, I'm just gonna go all the way around and I'm just gonna cut all of these remaining tails. Push that down into your wreath. All right, let's see. Done with the bottom. Okay, see, I got this one right here on the top. I do not want all of these long tails. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my wire cutters that I got at Walmart for like $2. Okay, go down here and leave about a 1 inch tail. Okay, see, like I said, I got rid of that. I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna push that down into my wreath. All right, I think that I have all of them. Let's double check, let's make sure. Okay, so then, and once again, because everything keeps getting flattened, just kind of fluff and adjust all your ribbons, making everything just beautiful. Okay, and then don't forget that you wanna cut the back where you attach to your sign. You wanna do the exact same thing, okay? So you got these tails right here. You wanna leave about 1 inch long above your last twist. Okay, you see that? You got that little nubbin right there. Just pinch that down into your wreath. Okay, I'm gonna do the exact same thing right here. Leave about 1 inch long. Cut all that off. Okay. I'm gonna take this, and once again, I'm gonna push this down inside my wreath. So you see, look how clean the back is. So if you have a glass door and you can see the inside, you can see like the back of your wreath, look how pretty that is. It's so clean looking. So Okay, let's check this out. Okay, but that's it. So let me know what you think. I love this wreath because I love this snowman. And one of the things that I love about this wreath is this does not scream Christmas. Like, this is a snowman wreath that you can leave up all winter long. And for us, it's all of January, all of February, and sometimes into March. So this wreath can hang on your front door for months, you know, just beyond Christmas. So I love this wreath. I think it's beautiful. And you can see how I attached the snowflakes. Like I said, those are in there. Those are not going anywhere. So you can see how they're just kind of attached in there, just kind of here and there with a little pop of that glitter snowflake. So, all right. But like I said, this week, like I said, the week of January the 4th, Hobby Lobby has the mesh on sale, 50% off. They always have ribbon year round. It's in the same aisle with all the mesh. Now you may not be able to find like the Christmas ribbon, but that's okay because they have several to choose from. Or you can go to Craft Outlet online and just type in Christmas ribbon, snowflake ribbon, type in whatever you want, any keyword that you're kind of looking for, polka dots. I mean, they have a huge selection and very reasonable prices. So I love Craft Outlet. I am not sponsored whatsoever. They have no idea who I am, but I do buy a lot of my ribbon from there. And if you saw my Mrs. Claus wreath, I bought the Mrs. Claus from Craft Outlet. I have a huge gingerbread man, like a huge puffy gingerbread man that I buy from there. And of course I got sick, I didn't get to do him. But yeah, like I said, if you can't make it to Hobby Lobby or you don't have one close by, check out Craft Outlet online. So, all right, but yeah, just let me know what you think. So I'm hanging this up right over here. You see how pretty that is? Okay, so that's it. I have some Valentine's Day projects, some Valentine's Day wreaths, some gnomes. Oh my goodness, I went to Dollar Tree and found all kinds of Valentine's and gnome decor. I'm gonna do a Dollar Tree haul, so look out for that. But yeah, I found the cutest gnome door hangers, like just hangers, signs, whatever you wanna call them, and we're gonna make some wreaths with them. So I'm really excited about that because gnomes are very popular right now. So, all right. But yeah, so we have several Valentine's Day crafts coming up. I know I don't go overboard with Valentine's Day, so it's not like a huge thing, but I do have like a few different projects that I want to do together. And like I said, I have a couple wreaths that I want to make. And just remember, this wreath is time consuming, but it's so worth it. All right, that's it. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day and I will see y'all next time. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.